Fans got to witness the first signs of trouble leading to Kourtney Kardashian's ugly feud with her sister Kim Kardashian over her Dolce & Gabbana deal in the premiere episode of Season 3 of Hulu's The Kardashians on Thursday. Kourtney, 44, hints at their competitive relationship in confessional while Kim, 42, harbors guilt over working with D&G just months after Kourtney did for her Italian wedding to Travis Barker. It's also revealed that the Skims founder accepted the amazing opportunity from designers Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana without discussing it with the newlyweds. Meanwhile, Kourtney's growingly distant relationship with soulmate Khloe Kardashian is laid bare as the sisters speak candidly about how their family deals with crisis. In confessional, Khloe suggests that she holds resentment over how Kourtney wasn't there for her during her surrogacy, which she previously described as being a dark cloud over her, but chalks it up to Kourtney being in her love bubble with Travis. A teaser for the season shows Kourtney and Kim having a tense one-on-one, with Kim telling Kourtney, "You're in Travis land, you ditched everyone." Kourtney fires back at Kim, telling her that she doesn't want to be a part of something where the paycheck is more important than the people's feelings. But before the highly anticipated confrontation, which will appear in a later episode, Kris Jenner pays a visit to Kim's $60 million Hidden Hills abode to ask about how her call with Domenico went. "Amazing. They want me to do a collection and design," says Kim, with Kris adding that Kim will also be creative director for the whole runway show. Kim's collection, titled Ciao Kim, debuted at Milan Fashion Week last September and, along with being co-designer, she is the face of the archive-inspired collection. Kris explains to viewers, Dolce & Gabbana has never done this with anybody else ever. They've never asked anybody to do a collaboration with them, so I think it's quite an honor when you look at it that way. Kim acknowledges that the offer is coming a little too soon after Kourtney's May 2022 nuptials. "I want to wait a year to do it," says Kim, but her mom reminds her that D&G want to do it for Fashion Week. But how are they going to pull that off in a few months? Kim asks. Kris says that the brand's amazing talent will allow them to accomplish everything they want despite the time crunch. But this does little to quell Kim's concerns about the collaboration potentially overshadowing her sister's recent wedding. Kris tries to get her more comfortable with the idea by giving her a better picture of the timeline. By the time the clothes would come out, though, it would be almost 9 months or a year after the wedding, she explains. Kim tells the audience in confessional that their family, especially Kris, has close ties to Dolce & Gabbana and that the designers had been asking her for years to do a fashion book. After Kourtney and Travis' wedding, "I got a call saying they wanted me to creative direct their fashion show in Milan, and I think it's such a good opportunity that I don't want to pass this up." Kris tells Kim to talk to Kourtney about it if she's so concerned. Meanwhile, Kourtney keeps her sister Khloe and production waiting for nearly 20 minutes so she can enjoy a quick hookup with her husband Travis Barker. Kourtney reveals to her sister, who had stopped by to visit the couple at their home, that she's ovulating and needs to quickly take advantage of the opportunity. "If you give us 5 minutes to go do something really fast," Kourtney hints through gritting teeth before leaving the room with a Blink-182 rocker. "Are you really ovulating?" asks Khloe. "Yes, I am," Kourtney confidently replies as she strips off her microphone pack and leaves it on a chair. "Well, let's see if it takes 5 minutes, Khloe says, before starting the timer on her phone. The Good American founder tells the cameras that this moment reminds her of the time when she fell asleep in her parents' Kris and Caitlyn Jenner's closet and woke up to them having sex. "And this is sort of triggering me. What was supposed to be a 5-minute break turned into a 15-minute sex session." Kourtney eventually returns and Khloe asks her to guess the time on her stopwatch. Khloe shows her the screen and Kourtney hilariously remarks that that's record time for them. Kourtney tells fans that wife life is treating her amazing. The couple happily wed in May 2022 at Dolce & Gabbana's Portofino villa after legally tying the knot the week prior at a Santa Barbara courthouse. Kourtney then confirms to fans that she is done with IVF treatment after hoping it would help her conceive a child with husband Travis. They embarked on the journey last year, which she previously confessed had not been the most amazing experience. The reality star is mother to Mason, 13, Penelope, 10, and Rain, 8, with her former partner Scott Disick, whom she dated from 2005 until 2015. "We would love a baby more than anything, but I just really believe in what God has in store for us," she explains in confessional. Kourtney notes that she had 7 frozen eggs from years ago before Travis that those around her pushed her to get. "When I was 38 or 39 everyone was like pushing me to do that and most of mine didn't survive the thaw because eggs are one cell and none of them made it to an embryo," she reveals. The mother of 3 is aware that the freezing of the eggs is not a guarantee. Regardless, Kourtney tells Khloe that she's aware that her and Travis already have a full, blessed life. "All the thing that came with IVF took a toll on me physically. My health is still impacted because it's hormones. And also mentally it took a toll," she explains. "So, I think just being happy is most important and being a good parent to my kids. We are just embracing that whatever is meant to be will be." Kourtney tells Khloe that although their family likes to lift each other up in times of crisis, she feels that it's mostly in a superficial way. "Like I don't think that we know how to be there for each other on like a deeper level," she says. This shocks Khloe, who insists that she believes she's always there for family in a deep way. "When Terry's something pretty dramatic or devastating in the family, we're all by the person's side. That's my experience," she says in confessional. "But if Kourtney doesn't feel that way then I feel badly for her. But I could easily say, yeah, like how you didn't check up on me with the baby. But, she's in her love bubble," Khloe concludes. Kourtney acknowledges that her and Khloe have always had a deep connection since they were little and that she will always be her soulmate after her true soulmate Travis. "With Khloe and I there is no competition, we are just genuinely obsessed with each other," she tells the audience with a smile. "We also vibed a lot on making fun of Kim and then I think when that was gone, Kim and Khloe were, like, vibing and then I was the one that got ganged up on," she explains. Kourtney's aware that people have been saying Kim is Khloe's new Kourtney, but she confidently states, "No one could be as funny as me, obviously." Regardless of their distance, Kourtney insists that the sister would all do anything for each other and, like, ride for each other until the end. But it is a different thing, Khloe explains to Kourtney that they're no longer doing one-on-one activities together like they used to because she is always with Travis or with her children. "Which I get, I would be, too," she adds. Khloe suggests that her and Kourtney have a day together to catch up like old times. "Let's pretend we're back in Miami," says Khloe, with Kourtney dismissively adding, "and yelling on the streets. We don't even have to leave the gates of your home. Do you know how much fun we have together no matter where we go?" Khloe says. "I will let you pick anything you want." Kourtney seems interested in the idea but the two don't nail down any specific plans for the future. Also in the episode, Khloe takes fans along as she embarks on a really scary journey after discovering a suspicious bump on her face that turned out to be melanoma. The Good American founder, 38, who is predisposed to the skin cancer, is asked about the band-aid on your face by Scott Disick as he pays a visit to her Hidden Hills home. She tells the audience that she had a bump on her face biopsied after keeping an eye on it for 7 or 8 months. "I am just waiting for the results," says Khloe, who remarked that the ordeal was just another blow following her ex-boyfriend Tristan Thompson's paternity scandal and the birth of their son via surrogate last year. Khloe's mom Kris Jenner reveals the results of the biopsy while speaking to younger daughter Kylie Jenner at a party celebrating Kendall Jenner's 818 tequila line. She pulls the Kylie Cosmetics founder aside and tells her that the bump is cancerous. "I'm just a little worried and now she has to have it removed," Kris reveals in whisper. "Wow," Kylie reacts. Kris says that Khloe has a history of melanoma and cancerous lesions, so this latest bout on her face is very concerning to her and the family. "You have to go in and you don't know how much of your cheek they're gonna take," Kris explains to Kylie of Khloe's next steps. In confessional, Kylie recalls seeing the bump on Khloe's face and how this entire situation is really scary. "I just hope that everything's going to be okay," the mother of 2 adds. After learning of her sister's predicament, Kylie finds Khloe at the party and pulls her aside to talk to her one-on-one about what the procedure entails. "I have to get a plastic surgeon to cut the whole thing out," Khloe says bluntly. "They said that they won't know until they open up my cheek how big they have to cut." Khloe admits that having cancer on her face is especially worrisome since it's so visible. "I just don't want a big scar on my face," Khloe explains in confessional that doctors told her it was incredibly rare for someone at her age to have this, so they have to go in more to see if it spread. "So at this point it seems a little scary." Fans get a closer look at Khloe's bandaged face while visiting her sister Kourtney Kardashian at the home she shares with Travis Barker in Calabasas. Khloe previously had surgery at age 19 to remove melanoma on her back. In October 2022, the mother of 2 took to her stories to explain the bandage on her face after fans began asking what it was for. She confessed that she has to undergo an immediate operation after having the lingering bump on her cheek checked out, which was later determined to be cancerous. At the time, Khloe happily stated that her margins were clear and that she was focused on her healing process. The episode kicks off with Khloe and Scott's, who is the ex-boyfriend and baby daddy of Kourtney Kardashian, home hangout out. They are soon joined by Khloe's big sister Kim. Scott asks Kim and Khloe, both of whom are recently single, if their noticeably slimmer frames are the result of breakup diets. "Breakup diets?" Kim exclaims, before giving Scott a funny face. Kim's last dated SNL star Pete Davidson for 9 months while Khloe parted ways with her philandering ex-boyfriend Tristan Thompson in 2021 after learning he'd secretly fathered a child with another woman. Though there have been rumors that she's rekindled their controversial romance for the 3rd time. The sisters' bodies have gone through major transformations over the past few years, which has led to accusations that the duo are taking Hollywood hottest weight loss drug Ozempic. Ozempic is manufactured by Danish pharmaceutical giant Novo Nordisk and costs around $900 per dose. The injectable version can be used on the stomach, thigh or arm, and it quickly works to suppress a person's appetite, which can be useful in allowing them to shed weight. It is currently only approved by the FDA as a type 2 diabetes treatment, but many medical providers have begun prescribing it off-label as a weight loss drug recently, and it has skyrocketed in popularity among wealthy customers looking to slim down. However, the rush of rich people looking to buy the drug has created shortages that harm diabetic people who most need it for their health. Khloe has slammed claims that her or any of her sisters have used the medication to achieve their incredibly svelte figures. Instead she credited their mutual shrink-downs to strict diet and exercise. Kim faced backlash last year after she admitted to dropping 16 pounds in just 2 weeks in order to fit into Marilyn Monroe's dress for the 2022 Met Gala. She insisted that she didn't do anything unhealthy to achieve her goal. She ended up losing 5 more pounds in the weeks that followed, bringing her total weight loss to 21 pounds. During Thursday night's episode, Kim calls back to her 9-month romance with Pete, 29. "I'm single," she tells the camera reluctantly, after producers reminded her that she was in the throes of love in season 2. She continues, "And I'm not ready to mingle, and that's okay. So, how are you feeling about the first breakup since being married?" Scott asks Kim. Fans will remember that Pete was Kim's first boyfriend following her shock divorce from controversial rapper Kanye West, 25, in February 2021. They were married for 6 years and welcomed 4 children together. She began dating Pete that October, and the romance sparked a fire inside Kim's ex-husband, who waged an online war on the comedian. Despite this, Kim and Pete continued to date until August 2022. "Breakups are just not my thing," Kim tells Scott. "Are they anybody's thing?" he asks rhetorically. Kim elaborates, "It's just that I'm proud of myself." The Skims founder reveals that she and Pete had talks about calling it quits before deciding to go through with it. "We'd been talking about it. So it was just both of us communicating really well about it," she explains. "It's obviously sad. How long were you guys together?" Scott asks. 9 months, Kim replies. "That's like a long time. I don't have random hookups and relationships, you know what I mean? And everything I've been in is kind of like a long time." Kim also says that she was plagued by a lot of guilt over what Pete had to endure during their time together, alluding to her ex-husband's online abuse. "There was a lot of guilt. He went through a lot because, my relationship." In confessional she admits to sometimes being concerned about how her romantic life will be moving forward. "Sometimes I'm like, who is ever gonna wanna date me? I have 4 kids. I'm in my 40s, she admits in confessional. "Who wants to deal with all the drama?